Okay, let's go through our assignment for tonight. So what I say on the daily syllabus is, how might the selection from Bechdel be seen as a literacy narrative? How does her story show a different understanding of literacy as we understand it? What are some literacies you have besides reading and writing in English? What literacy are you most interested in writing about? Is there an event that was particularly an important moment in your narrative of acquiring this literacy? Write about this in a 300-word or more response and submit it to Canvas under Research Journal number 1. Make sure you have a copy you can read from in class as well. So what I'm looking for here is, after you've read the selection by Bechdel, I would consider this a literacy narrative, though it's a little bit different than some of the other ones we've talked about, since it's not explicitly about, say, writing or reading, but it's about a type of literacy. And so I want you to think about, okay, well, how does this function as a literacy narrative in the way that some of the other ones we've looked at have? And the other thing I want you to think about is, okay, what are some other literacies that you may have beyond reading and writing? So obviously you're all literate in English, both reading and writing, or you wouldn't be here, but I'm sure many of you probably speak another language. Some of you might have grown up speaking a different language. But then I would also expand the definition of literacy to include a number of other things. And also, if you want some help with this, or you're just interested in other types of literacies, I also have an optional reading, which is posted as a PDF in Canvas. It's called Writing for Their Lives, by Jabari Mahiri and Soroya Sablo. It's looking at the writing practices of kids in an inner city school and the different literacies they have that aren't necessarily represented in school activities. And so you can think about, okay, what are some literacies you have that might not be validated in the academy? What are some things that you are literate in that we haven't discussed? And what's a particularly important moment in gaining one of those literacies? You can, of course, also talk about a particularly important moment in gaining your literacy in reading and writing in either English or another language, but you can also think more broadly about this. So I hope that explains it. If not, leave me a note in the comments and I'll get back to you. Other than that, I'll see you soon.